Hello, everyone. I'm Jaye Cottrill, the Global Marketing Communications Manager here at LaserTech. Every Tuesday around 2 p.m. Mountain Time, we go live with a subject matter expert about solving problems in traffic safety and professional measurement. You can join us on your coffee break. We're live for about 15 minutes. We're also live tweeting, so if Twitter is more your style, you can join us over there. If you have questions or comments for our guests or for anyone at LaserTech, please post them, and we'll answer them either in real time or as the subject of another Tuesday at 2 conversation. And today I am excited to be talking with Dave Siddle from Frontier Precision. Hi, Dave.
Hi, thank you for inviting me.
Well, I'm so glad you're here. Can you give a little introduction of who you are and what you do?
No, happy to. And again, thank you for the invite. This is absolutely a great way to reach out to people. Really appreciate the effort that you put into this. My name is David Siddle. I'm the geospatial rep for Colorado and Wyoming. I was with Compass Tools for 13 years. Frontier purchased Compass Tools 2 years ago, which means I just celebrated my 2-year anniversary with Frontier.
So what do you do with Frontier?
So as the geospatial rep, my big thing is, I bring 20 years plus of geospatial experience. I'm absolutely dedicated to anything that is field data collection related, whether it's mobile, mapping, UAV, tying any of those things together. So my role is to, look at the customer's workflow, what do they need, what is the deliverable, and make certain that we've got the right pieces of equipment, the right software, whether it's in the survey, the mapping, the mobile, the UAV, they all tie together.
Right. So you work a lot with drones?
I don't work directly with drones anymore. I did for a lot of it. I'm very grateful that I focus on the geospatial mapping only right now. As with every industry, they're all very dynamic. We have a tremendous team of UAV, great guys that's all they do. It's one of those industries that change every day, but I do work with companies that have UAVs and drones, and I stress that as it applies to LTI, that there should be a laser sold with every single UAV. The observer needs them. The way they tie together is absolutely critical.
That's right, because you can use lasers for pre-flight planning and knowing your heights, and ground truthing that data afterwards from the drone. Just making sure anything that's under a canopy is also measured properly.
Correct.
So yeah, I think it would be an essential piece of equipment just to make sure your data is correct. Well, Frontier Precision is a longtime partner with LaserTech. You've had a longtime partnership with LaserTech as well. You used to work with us.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you did some training and helped out. You were talking to me earlier about watching the evolution of our lasers from Criterion to Impulse to the TruePulse line. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but the videos that you created for us in 2011 have gotten a little bit of a renaissance lately, with a lot of people looking at our YouTube channels. So what else did you do with LaserTech when you were working with us?
On those videos, it was pretty fun because I had a customer that required FERC training, and Paul Atkins at the time, and we couldn't find anybody that was willing to go in front of the camera. And it was December in 2010. We had to have it in place before January, and so he and I went out into the warehouse and learned how to do this. And it was a lot of fun. So yeah, those 6 videos were just a matter of, and if you watched all 6 videos, you could check off that you had been FERC trained for laser rangefinders.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So that was kind of fun. I think that even back in the days, way back in the 90s when I worked at LTI, and we only had the Criterion. That was our only tool, and it was just a tremendous piece of equipment. We could do timber cruising. We could do surveying. It was actually a reflectorless total station, mapping. There were so many different pieces that we could do with that device. It weighed over 8 pounds and was $10,000. It was just a very, very unique piece of equipment, but it always worked. So I think that's the thing with laser rangefinders, that when we do a demo, the demo always works. It doesn't matter if we're doing conductors or trees or stockpiles. That laser always works. So demoing those pieces of equipment were terrific. I was at LTI when the Bushnell licensing went through, and the whole sporting good craze, and we got a tremendous piece of equipment out of it. Was the impulse. And so this unit was 3 pounds. It cost $4,000. A very significant change in the industry. And now we're talking about True Pulse units that are under 8 ounces and at $800. So seeing that evolution of the product and how they all tie together, that has just been really, really awesome.
That is exciting, and I imagine it was very exciting to watch how we would make progress in just the size and the capabilities of everything, and just being a part of that would be a lot of fun. Do you have a favorite laser?
Sure. I'm a fan of anything that makes data collection easier or safer. So everything that I do starts with workflow. Everything starts with the workflow and then the deliverable. So if we have open ditch and we're trying to do pipe center line, before that meant putting a technician in the ditch and walking the ditch and mapping out each individual well, T, getting that person out of the ditch. That is a really, really big deal. It also makes us more efficient in time. We're carrying all of our accuracies. So that's a big deal. Anything that keeps a technician out of the street, whether we're mapping manholes or valves or curb or gutter, those pieces all really, really, really come together. I mean, that's really, really a big deal. So my favorite laser is the one that provides, safety or better workflow.
So you don't have a favorite kid. They're all your favorites. But safety is a huge deal for us as well. That's one of the things that we focus on, is keeping not only the end user safe, but also making safer communities. So that's a big deal for us. Have you had a project that you always like to tell a story about? Is it a favorite project?
There are so many, really and truly. Most recently, the MapSmart volumetric Android version has been a game changer. I was at LTI when the original MapSmart for volumes was written. Absolutely loved it. The work that Cassie and Derek have done to bring it into the Android environment. It is so user friendly, and I think it's one of these things that people don't understand. The power of this tool. I did several indoor volumetrics. So every city, county, and state agency that does salt or sand, and they have their indoor bins. We can accurately get volumes in a very, very short amount of time. I did one in northern Colorado for sand that was in an indoor environment. And these guys really and truly could not believe what we're doing. Had Colorado State Health Department that were doing volumetrics of tires, and these are tires that were tossed into ravines, and how do we get a volume of that price? And it's just as easy as traversing around, shooting the top and the bottom, and we can actually say, okay, this is what needs to be removed. So there are a lot of things, but I think that was one of them that made a big difference.
Okay. Yeah, the MapSmart app, Cassie's been working really hard on that, and quite a few other apps as well. She's a rock star around here, for sure.
She is.
Does Frontier have a solution that you wish more people knew about?
I think it's really the True Pulse TerraFlex integration. This has been a game changer for the offset mapping in how it automates the workflow. It is extremely simple. It runs on any Android device. They added a very simple refining function to get better accuracy. So it's one of these pieces that, one of the biggest questions I still get is always, I had no idea there was offset mapping. I thought you had to go occupy each point.
Oh, wow.
We've been, doing this missionary work on, hey, we can do this for over 25 years. And to have, the Trimble Teraflex LTI interface that makes it so clean, so easy. You can use either the TruePulse 360, the 200, or even the new 200H, depending on what your accuracies are. So I think that's probably one that's a real game changer.
And that just came out in the last year, so that's really new for a lot of people.
Yes, absolutely.
But what I've seen of the app, it's very user-friendly. It takes some of the guesswork out of things. It kind of walks you through it. It's very easy to use. So
it takes that fear factor out. There's you don't need actual training. There's figures. You tap on that, and tells you exactly what to do. It's very polite. It asks you, would you like to refine the position? If you say yes, it tells you, okay, move this direction, stop. So again, it made laser offsets very easy, very clean.
Yeah, that's a great partnership too. Do you have any frequently asked questions that you'd want to address?
It's really the ones that I get the biggest kick out of are, what is offset mapping? Or, can I do a pole audit without having to stand right next to the pole? Or, how do I get my GPS accuracy when I have to be right up next to the building? Those type of things. If I'm doing meters, I'm still stunned that, all the years that we've been out there going, yes, we can do this, that we're getting those questions, because it is such an integrated solution today. It's like, absolutely, we can do pole audits, and you can do lowest power line attachment, SAC profiles, conductor clearance. Yes, you can get your GPS accuracy up next to a building just by stepping back and shooting it with a laser rangefinder. So lots of different pieces that come in to fit there.
Wow, that's really good. As we were talking before we went live, we're talking about the different people that I've interviewed, and I mentioned that Vinny is one of my favorite interviews. But Vinny has a favorite part to all of these interviews, and that is the random question that I ask at the end. So today's random question is, what is your favorite pizza topping?
You can't have one.
You can't have one.
Yeah, so that's just, you have to have several pizza toppings.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah. And we have pizza night, where we make our own pizza weekly, so the favorite changes. It's a very dynamic answer. So also depending on COVID times, what's in the refrigerator.
Yes.
And then we all have our favorites.
Right, okay. So what was your most recent favorite?
It was a combination of, pepperoni, yellow peppers, jalapenos. There was cream cheese, sun-dried tomatoes, regular tomatoes, garlic, fresh basil. It was a kind of a masterpiece.
That sounds like a very tasty pizza. Well, Dave, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. It was such a short time, but I'm glad you had the time to devote to this. Do you have any last thoughts for us?
I just really want to, share, about Frontier Precision. Our catchphrase is how you measure matters. This is really what's important. Our focus is on customer service, support, in sales and rentals and training. We do everything we can to make certain that, whatever the data collection needs are successful. And we do this across all geospatial platforms, survey, mapping, scanning, UAV, mobile mapping. We're very proud to be named Trimble's top geospatial dealer in the world. We recently celebrated our 30th anniversary. We're an employee-owned company with 12 retail locations, 8 service centers, 4 warehouses across 13 states. Our real takeaway is, how you measure matters, and and LTI is a big part of those pieces, making them all fit together.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, how you measure does matter, not only for workflow, but for safety and just for getting the job done quickly. So, yeah, I would like to thank everyone else who has joined us today live. Any new questions that are posted on the recording will also be passed along by the marketing team. Looking ahead next week, on August 18th, we will be talking with Cassie Carley, who we've already mentioned as our rock star, and she's going to talk about this amazing little app called SpeedStat. So until then, I would like everyone to stay safe. Thank you.